A couple of things. I like how you reiterated like the importance of passion. One thing that I gained from the event yesterday was really just trying to figure out like where does the emerging business leaders fit in the fight against gun violence. So the brother that came out yesterday, one thing that he said was that gun violence isn't the problem; it is a symptom of a bigger problem. And so when we look at ourselves as emerging business leaders in the way that we brand ourselves, I started thinking about like with gun violence being a symptom, how does emerging business leaders fit in solving their problem, and this with engaging the youth and giving them something to be passionate about. We talked about connecting with schools, and then going in, like Trey was saying, implementing curriculums and like teaching them what entrepreneurship is. But really, it's about understanding that when you give to something that's like bigger than yourself, you gain this like passion in this purpose, and you are like living like prudently because you want to see that thing grow. And so that's really what I gained from it. And it's funny, I don't want to forget to say this, but when Trey was like, he didn't care if it was, two or three people. One thing that I can respect and the standard that I want to keep, we started at 3 o'clock. Like it said on the flyer, we was gonna start at 3 o'clock. When 3 o'clock came, Trey started speaking. So, like, if you trying to catch what we got, you gotta hop on when it's time. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely enough substance to where whenever you like step into the room, you'll get fed. But you know what I'm saying, if you want the full course, you gotta make sure you get there early because we start on time.
And I'm sorry. Look, the cameras were rolling. We was recording at 3 o'clock. And what if you late? You late.
That's real though. That's so real though, because you know what I'm saying. Especially like let's keep it a buck. We know what kind of show this is. Like we got young Black entrepreneurs, and it's almost like when people see a young Black entrepreneur, it's almost like sometimes people don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And when people be out here doing it, they ain't always doing it the right way. And they do it in a way where people be like, you charge too much, and they don't ever be on time, their service ain't good. And it's just like, it matters how we show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be on time. We gotta look good. We gotta be professional. We gotta be tight, because when you a Black entrepreneur, you represent more than just yourself. It's almost like you represent a whole class of people. Go ahead, Trey.
I'm glad you spoke on it. Speak the truth. Because it's hard being a Black entrepreneur at that. Because the odds are already stacked against you. For one, they think you about to rip them off. Mm-hmm. Second off, they always want a discount. I said this before on your show. Black owned does not mean Black discount. It does not.
Right with that.
It does not. I need to. Rashid, give me a Black owned does not mean discount. Seriously, I get it all the time, man. I have to make a living. I have to be able to put food on the table for my family at the end of the night. I still got to be able to meet all my expenses. I still got to pay my staff. I still got to pay for my equipment. I still got to pay for, all my, insurance, all my registration fees, all those things. And at the end of the day, all that goes into calculation for my budget for the whole month. So my prices are set. I'm the cheapest. If you Google any other moving company in the state of Missouri, 2-man in a truck, all my sons, I price match and I beat them out on the price. And I'm the cheapest in the state of Missouri. 2-man in a truck, if you want to move from here to Texas, will cost you almost $12,000. You go almost $6,000. That's half of what you're trying to pay. Yet they don't want to go with the brother. You know why? Because Black don't mean discount. Oh, you can't go lower than that. You can't do it for $2,000. Oh, I'll buy you a plane ticket. No. And that's the hard part of facing it. And you have to swallow that sometimes as being an entrepreneur, because they don't think you hold yourself to a certain way. So you have to always be above reproach when it comes to dealing with clients and customers and things of the sort like that.
If I can chime in, so it's funny. When I first started doing business, I was charging the prices that I was charging, whatever it may be, and of course you go up, as you gain experience. But when I started charging tax for my stuff, people was like, tax? Like, you charging tax? pay tax when you go anywhere else. Saying, but it's like it was always treated as a side hustle, and I mean, like honestly, I can understand because I have been / am still very much a consumer, but at the same time, it's like businesses, they we have taxes that we have to pay as well, and so we have to operate the way that any other business does, so that we can be able to keep our business running there and provide for ourselves, just like those big corporations do.
Right. It's crazy when you think about stuff like that where people are like, taxes? What you mean taxes? You'd be like, wait, now who do you think pays? Where do you think I'm getting this from? Like, and I guess maybe people ain't used to people doing stuff in a legitimate way, but it's just like, actually, if you charging me taxes, that's a good sign that I'm dealing with somebody that actually knows what they're doing. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's taxes. You got state taxes, all types of taxes, state taxes, sales taxes, individual municipality taxes, like it's all types of stuff. And if you want to be legit, we need that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, look, the people that understand, and it's a good thing where we have so many people now that understand, because people who ask stuff like that, they probably wasn't even gonna support anyway, if you're gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Or they can go somewhere else and find it somewhere else from somebody else. But the people that's there to last are willing to pay your prices and come back and support you for real. You know what I'm saying? And that's why quality versus quantity is important, because a lot of people just want to stop by just to see what it is that you're doing, and they ain't never gonna come back. They'll find out your stuff is legit and be like, and what? And never come back no more. Hey, Trey.
They gonna Darius Cook you, or what was it, Darius Crook or Darius Cook?
Did you just skip over my hand being raised?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dominic.
Nah, go on, Trey. I see what you're trying to do. Oh no, now you want to put yourself on mute.
Oh yeah, you got the flu.
No, that kind of ties back into what emerging business leader is. Okay. We're here for the people. We keep getting people trying to overcharge and try to make a quick buck, especially people in our community. Why are you trying to charge people for the basics? Why are you trying to overcharge for the basics and collect 1,000% profit? Don't get me wrong. When you reach a certain level, then you can pay for their experience. To start off a business, a lot of these fees is unnecessary that a lot of people is charging for, and that's one of the core values that we live off of. We're here to give you the education and the resources that you need, so you don't have to go to somebody else and pay an outlandish amount of money for something that's free. You want to know how many companies I ran across where they're getting 100% profit off of telling you how to set up an EIN number, when the only thing you have to do is go to the website and then press in some numbers and letters, and you get it in 2.3 seconds.
But we don't
And
know.
then you got people out here who don't know about registered agents. You got people out here selling you $200-300 for a registered agent, and when you just a small business yourself, you don't need that. You can be your own. You just saved yourself $200-300. Everybody out here ready for a quick buck. Don't care about the outcome. They just trying to hurry up and line up their pockets, and that's what we're trying to stop. Just to educate people for stuff that already been taught. All right, Trey, now what? Your hand still up?
Yeah, we gonna get it. And I mean that's real, and that's real too, because like that, like even now, I took this hiatus and I'm like, I'm gonna work on SEO, because every time you look for SEO, people want to charge you $300, $200 for a service. And then I started looking into it. I'd be like, I ain't finna pay y'all $300, but all it took is like a couple hours in Google, and it's just like, wait, I didn't have to pay nobody for this. I was about to give away a chunk of money just because I wasn't willing to do that extra research and like really learn something. And I even asked the question before. I'm like, yo, what is SEO? And it's just like, nobody has the answer. Nobody has the answer. Nobody has the answer. And it's just like,
oh, they had an answer. They want you to pay for it.
yeah. People don't want to tell you, and they don't want to tell you how easy it is.
They being stingy with free information. Like, why? How? They gonna find out eventually. So why are you trying to sell somebody on free information?
Yeah. Yeah. Pop in, Trey. I see you.
He want to talk so bad.
No, right. And that's the gist of what emerging business leader is. That's us at the core. We want to be able to provide resources and provide services that are legitimately just willing to actually help people. At the same time, this some of the goals we're looking to do here further on in the future after the expo is to have a pop-up shop like we did yesterday, or pop-up session once a month. And once a month, we'll develop different curriculums and different programs around catering towards the community outreach and business development. We'll have financial literacy classes, building your credit. You do your business startup 101. We'll do business dating, speed dating for the one, entrepreneur that seems they can't find somebody and they're looking for a local person or something like that. We want to plan programs that are catered to our people to give them resources that they can't give or we're lacking currently right now.
And honestly, that sounds like the perfect segue into the expo. You know what I'm saying? Which, is technically why we're here. But I love that we got to talk about more about what Emerging Business Leaders does, because we talked about the expo a lot. You know what I'm saying? We've done like 2-3 episodes talking about the expo, but we never really got to talk about what Emerging Business Leaders is, what it's become, and what it is that y'all do outside of that. And I'm glad that we had this conversation because it's so much more, you know what I'm saying? And a big thing that I'm getting is exposing those resources, because you posed a question in Emerging Business Leaders a couple weeks ago. And it was, as a business owner, what do you feel like is missing? It was something like that, something along the lines of that. And I know for me, my personal answer was just like resources and mentorship. That's been the thing for me, where it's just like, it's people out here that do what you do, but something that you see a lot of times is either people gatekeeping. They, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to help you because you might be the competition, or just not enough people knowing enough about what it is that you do. So you really just the only one out here really doing it. Like, I know it's a lot of people that do podcasts, but they don't do podcasts the way I do podcasts. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't really have a conversation. It's getting to a point where people be looking at me like, how did you do it? Be like, man, I'm just figuring this out. I don't know half the time. Like, I'm just sitting here on Google. So it's dope to see y'all coming together to be able to put people in a place where they can get access to the resources that it is that they need. And I'm going to assume that's kind of how the expo came to be. Am I right? So who wants to hop on the expo and tell us a little bit more about it?
Come on, Madam President.
Nell, is that you? Come on.
It's funny. It's funny because I was going to say, go ahead, my vice president. But so the expo came about because we wanted to showcase the small businesses around St. Louis. There is not a lot of publicity for us as small business owners. We don't, if there is, it comes with a price. Nobody wants to promote without getting paid to promote. And don't get me wrong, that's okay for some people, but not for everybody. Not everybody can do so. So we decided to create an expo where we can not only showcase these small businesses, but we are also going to plug them in with speakers who can give them knowledge to help them build themselves. So it's free to the public, so they also get this knowledge. So it's like, okay, you come in, you get to see these small businesses, you get to hear these speakers for no cost at all. So that is how our expo came about.
I'm gonna just piggyback off of that real quick. Another thing, if you haven't paid attention, I don't know how many business expos you actually been to. People are paying a lot of money for these tables to get mediocre results. I talked to one person, he spent like $500 for a table at an expo, and it wasn't even worth $500. He couldn't even get his $500 back. All because a lot of people, they like to just sell these expos, but then they don't make it worthwhile for their customers. At the end of the day, those businesses that signing up for that venue, they're looking to put food in their pocket, money in their pocket. At the end of the day, a lot of these people, they just trying to put money in their pocket. They ain't really trying to help out the community. They just pretending. They just putting on that front. It's like, hey, here go this expo. throw me this money, you can have this table. But then they're not doing, work, or they don't have the incentives for the vendors. And if you ask me, that kind of sets us apart. We have a lot of incentives for these vendors if they sign up. Not only you only got to pay $75, but some of these vendors had to help me out, Trey. One, the first few of them, they was able to get a graphic design by
Yeah, so the
Rashid.
first 5 we were offering free flyers, logos. We were doing graphic design. We want to help you with your t-shirts, headshots. We were going to do even billboards. We were offering billboards, and we were doing a package deal. And for a lot of these people, these are startup companies. These are people that can't seem to get their name out there. And that was the whole issue, was the fact that we didn't want to pay $1,200 to $500 some dollars to go to an expo, to sit at a table for about 2 to 3 hours. And I get no exposures, but I also don't get anything that's going to help me develop and grow myself in my business. So we wanted to actually get an expo that was going to be able to do, and it's a health and wellness expo at that. So Dr. Precious will be actually doing a pre-workshop for most of the vendors that are going to be coming on in as well. She can talk a little bit more about that later. We also have 2 speakers that are on their years of experience in public speaking, motivational speaking. Andrea Hendricks, she's had over 40 plus years in entrepreneurship and helping startup companies and actually getting a lot of people funding for their companies. She's been working with loan officers for about over the years. We had all these resources that we wanted to give back and give to, and nobody else was offering it. If you were offering it, you had to pay a price for it. And for what we're giving you for you is almost dirt cheap. Oh, yeah, all that is listed on our website. Registration forms are listed on our website. If you're looking to go ahead and get down with the expo and you want to reserve a seat or a chair or a table or a booth, if you do locks, you do hair, you braid, you comb, if you got you do t-shirts, you sell funnel cakes, we want you, because you're the business owners, you're the entrepreneurs, and we're looking for you to go ahead and provide these resources for you.
Smooth mate.